Good morning to all of you. We're now into the month of June, and we do have a lot of work ahead of us. Well, we got a field of barley right here on number 7 that needs to be harvested, and I see a neighbor who's also got some barley on field number 2. I'm hoping he's going to put that contract up so we can grab that, but if he doesn't, then we'll just have to be happy with what we do get. Hopefully he does put it up though for us. In the meantime, I think we should go over to field number 7 and we should see if we can get that harvested. You can see it right over the top of the hill there. So let's not waste any time. Let's go get our 2 combines out. We're very excited for our 1600 case that we purchased in the last season. It should prove to be a wonderful asset, I'm sure. The 1688. I will just make mention that the honeybee header that we have on the 1688 is a fair bit bigger than our old header, which should help to make things a little bit quicker altogether. And I am really looking forward to this harvest. In real life, it is actually right smack dab in the middle of harvest season as well, as we do have all of our wheat done on the farm here, and we're starting with canola. Now once canola's done, I believe we'll be focusing on our soybeans next, but that will have to wait a couple weeks yet, as we are currently being rained out for an entire week. Not exactly what a farmer wants to hear when he's ready to combine, but that is just the way it is right now. It is a very beautiful field here, and I am excited to get rolling on this, and I do not want to waste any more time. So we're going to let him do his thing. I'm just watching to see if he's going to drop straw swath, and yes, he is. We'll be collecting that in a short time, and we'll be using that to help make our TMR as well as bedding. So now I need to go and find my other combine, and we'll set them in motion as well. And then we'll go hook up our grain cart and get our truck all set up, and we are in business. In the meantime, I'm also going to be really watching out for that contract, because I honestly would love to see that contract go to us. Now that we have the 2 combines, as well as I could rent the neighbor's combine as well, I think all 3 combines together would be a really nice combo, and we could probably get that field done in a short amount of time. A guy can barely get his combines both on the field, and already one of them is full. That just tells me that there should be a bountiful barley harvest. And I'm keeping tabs on the neighbor to make sure his contract, if that all of a sudden goes up, that we'll be able to grab that as well. But for now, I don't want to drive on my barley if I don't have to. You can see both of the combines there at the far end, and the 1688 is full. And I tried to do it the way that we did it at the farm this year, where the combines start in the center and then they work their way out, whereby you can have your grain cart sitting in the middle and it's always close to both of them, and you can have your truck parked in the middle as well. Just a little something that I noticed that we were doing on the farm here, and I figured I could implement that, because I thought that was actually kind of smart. So that's what we're doing today, just to see how that works out. Obviously you have to just monitor the first cut that they do, make sure that it's actually done in the proper place, but after you get the first combine put in the proper place, then it's no big deal. You can just keep going from there. So we're just coming up here right now, and let's get this thing loaded. I'm kind of curious how much this combine holds, because I don't remember from if we used it last year or not, and I believe we did, but if we didn't, I still need to see how much it is. So just wait with me patiently, and we'll have that number for you guys in just a moment. I have to imagine it'll be more than the old one that we have. And that guy's probably, I don't know, he seems because he's doing that much smaller of a cut, he doesn't seem to have a very full hopper. It's probably almost 80% by now. It's fascinating. But we'll take care of him soon, I'm sure. What are we figuring? 10,000? Is that 97, 98? Oh yeah, 10,000. Beautiful. Alright. That's awesome. So now this combine's at 80%. I'm not too worried. I think he can make it close to the end before he's going to be full. So I'm just going to shut off the truck or the tractor here, and I'm going to go grab our truck. We need to get all of our equipment ready to go so we can start bringing this to our bins. We actually may have to move that yellow auger to our bin yard. But for now, let's just bring the truck up to the end of the field and we'll go from there. Alright, truck's at the end of the field. This combine is now full. And we were at about 10,000. I think we had just a touch over 10,000 liters before. So now we get an opportunity to see how much this combine holds. If I had to guess, I'd probably say about 7,000 or 8,000, but I guess time will tell. Indeed, it was 7,000 liters, so that's pretty good. Quite happy with the results of that. So well, I guess it probably wasn't all the way empty if you just look at the 100% full on the wagon. So that thing might have been able to hold 8,000. Who knows? But it does tell us one thing. At some point, we're going to want a bigger grain cart. If both our combines fill the grain cart in one go. Because you always want to have just a wee bit of room when you have two combines emptied. That's at least my way of looking at it. Let me see. It appears. Well, I might be in that fellow's way. There we are. For some reason the box wasn't unloading, but that's okay. We can work around that. It's probably just hit markers a little bit smaller than what I'm used to, that's all. Well, I do gotta say, the 1206 has actually turned out to be a really nice tractor. It's got the full power steering. I love the gauges. That's a nice classic international gauge that you see there on the left hand side. Altogether, it's, it looks great, and it runs great, and it pulls great. I have no issues here. And I do appreciate that we finally have a roof on one of our tractors, so we're not, burning in the sunlight. But I just find it's a great unit. And I know you can get a souped up version of this tractor, but this one here, it's probably about 100 or 110, 115 horse. It just works really well. I got no qualms about it. Obviously at some point we're gonna have to go with a bigger one, but this one, for what we've been using it for, has been excellent so far. Very happy with thus far. And when the time comes to upgrade, I'm sure we'll keep this one, because this is the largest tractor we can get from the old school case or international that has the loader brackets on it. So yeah, you should be seeing this tractor around for a long time, as long as it doesn't glitch or something weird happen to it. Speaking of our former loader tractor, we're going to use it to bring this auger back to the bin yard, seeing as we do need to get this set up because our truck and trailer are about 87% full. So we're going to tote this thing off. We'll get it all set up by the bin, the proper bin for us, and then we'll go and unload these combines. I believe both of them are nearly full. By the time they get to the end of the row, they should be all but full. Okay, let's see if we can find the proper bin. That's wheat. That's barley, right here. Now we do have a fair bit in there, but I got a feeling we're going to put a lot more in this time. Oh, hold on. Let me just open up that lid. I believe it's back here. There. That should be open. Yes, it is. Okay. Now we gotta set this up in a way so that we aren't in the way of everything. But yet we would like for it to... Oh. How does this work again? Oh yes, I believe we have to first unfold. And that is exaggeratingly high. Let's drop that down a fair bit. Alright. So I was hoping that we could come at an angle. And I know I'm kind of doing this a little wonky, but don't worry, I got a plan. I've got a plan. Not really nice to drag your unloading hopper there across the ground, but the game seems to think we can do that. I'm not so fond of it. Just lining the spout up. You know, some of these newer conveyors actually have a camera on the top spout, so you can see if you're lined up with the hole. It's kind of a cool invention, but at the same time, wow, are people ever getting lazy? I think you gotta go that way. So close. Is that about it? It would appear so. We don't want it laying all the way on there, because once the weight of the grain is there, then that could do some damage. We're going to swing this over like so. Perfect. And then we can detach. And I kind of would like to keep the tractor hooked up to it, but it doesn't necessarily need to be. So I might just put it on an angle so that the truck has more room to get in and out. I don't know, for some reason it just looks better when it's hooked up. There we are. And realistically the tractor should be hooked up because the PTO would be running this auger. But apparently in this game we can do all kinds of wild things. But there we have it. We should be all set. One final inspection. Oh, I fell off my conveyor. Or my auger. Come on. Let's get up there. You can do this. There we are. One final inspection just to get up and make sure that we're sort of gonna dump into the hole. Yes, we are. Lots of room around. That should be perfect. Alright, let's oof. I guess, yeah, that's the first thing. We gotta go start this thing up, and looks like our combines are both full and our grain cart is full too. Now, I did do a little check on the combines, and I realized that both of them are 10,000 liter hoppers, so yeah, this grain cart could definitely be upgraded. I don't know if there's another one that I can find in a hurry that would be just as well suited or not, but we'll have to wait and see once we get a spare minute in the gameplay to actually see if there's a more suitable one. 12,000 liters, we won't even be able to empty one of the combines. I think I'll do the little one. I'll empty that one out even though it's 10,000, but should give it a little bit of time. Then we'll try to empty out the truck as quick as we can. And I do have an idea for what we want to do with the grain, seeing as our little tipper body is becoming apparently quite small. And there's where I live, there's a way that farmers go about getting A-trains. So while we're dumping that out, let me show you kind of what I'm thinking here. And I don't know if the game's going to have them or not, but we're going to take a look and see anyway. So you can get one sort of like this, but not as long. And if I can just find it. Okay, there's the B train. Yes. Is there anything else? No, not really. Let me see if the B train, no, we can't make an A train out of it. What you can do is you can hypothetically just use the back part if you really wanted to, and just sell the front part, because, you know, you could do that, but I'm not quite ready for that. I was hoping just to have a single one. I don't know if I really want to load King right now. Maybe it would be nice, I don't know, but then we need to drive over Augur. So there's that too. Other than that, like, it's, you know, it's a matter of finding the right trailer that'll suit us. But I don't know if that time is right now either. Then we gotta find a grain cart too, I guess. So yeah, lots to think about, lots to mull over. And yeah, I'm sure we'll be coming up with something here shortly. Well, here's a new one I hadn't expected. Apparently, that bin is full. And that's why it's saying it's not accepted. So what I gotta do now, I gotta scoot over to the next bin. And I'll probably need to open that lid, I guess. Close the other one. Let's move around back. We shall close that one. And we will open this one. And you can see I still got a bunch of barley here in the auger. So let's shimmy this auger on over. See if we can't. Oh, she's catching the looks like she's catching the feeder auger, so we'll have to swing by just a little bit. That is maybe a bit much. But maybe not. Hold on. Let's see if we can't get her straightened out. It's always fun when you have to deal with long objects, where you're not quite sure how precise the placement's going to be. But I would say that is dead on as far as where we need the spout to be. Perfect, and it looks like it is now empty. Wonderful. So we should be able to empty out the rest of this truck. I should have moved my auger a little bit too, but I did not. And so I'll probably end up paying the price for that when this thing dumps all weird. But there you go. That is empty. So we got one bin, 97,000 liters in it. We've almost got another truckload. If you take a look, it's about 94%. So I'm going to say preemptively, let's go and dump this while the combines are still rolling and the grain cart is empty. Because I'm sure there'll be a lot more. So if these are about 37,000, that means I can get less than 3 truckloads in one bin. That is fascinating. This is really a good crop. I am not at all upset about that. For the, if we do manage to get field number 2 and we have more barley than we know what to do with, what I might end up doing is using the elevator by the railroad tracks. It's way back there. I'll just store all of my barley in there, seeing as it's probably going to end up being quite a fair bit. And if my bins all get full too, then yeah, that'll probably have to happen too. Or I'll just have to build more bins. I don't know which one is which. Which one would be the better choice. But definitely we're getting a good bumper crop in this time, and I am all for it. We're almost halfway full on this bin now too, and we still have a little bit left to do. Alright, well that's okay. We should be able to fit everything from our farm into those 2 bins, and then if we can manage to scoop contract number 2, I think I already told you how I'm going to do that. I think we will fare just fine. But our combines were just about full again, so it is time to skedaddle back to the field. Just taking a look here real quick at my 1206, and it's 95 horse. I thought it would be like 100, but it's just under 100. And the next grain cart I'd like to get is the Parker, which requires 130 horse. So that is, you know, that's a fair big jump, I would say. Not sure if we can justify doing that right away or not. But let me just see on my notes here. After our 1206, then we were going to... Oh, something's a little screwy here. I think we're going to the 46 series, but something about that doesn't look right. Yeah, there's a lot of scribbles here in my book. Anyway, let's take a look at what the 46 series looks like. Just scroll on over to the side. Oh, hold on. There's our 140, which is a 1066, and I don't know why I moved my page away again. Makes no sense. But anyway, 1066, yeah. So I believe the 1246 will be next in line. Here's the 46 series. So 1246 there, about 120 horse, something like that. That would be our next one in line, and that one could possibly pull the Parker card. So if we do get the contract for field number 2, I think I will purchase this tractor. Let's just kind of put it on the shelf that way. I think that would be a good benchmark for us. And yeah, this thing does have a lot of good things, like front hydraulics. It's got weights, it's got the weight holder. I would obviously like the front hydraulics on it. I think it's awesome. You can go with mirrors on it, open station, wide fenders, round fenders, just your roll bars or the whole cab. And I think the cab with the mirrors on it just looks nice. It'd be our first full cab tractor if we did get it. It has a really long hood too. It's kind of amusing. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. I think we'd probably just go with the 2-wheel drive, honestly, because all of our tractors are 2-wheel drive as of yet. So that's probably what we'd be looking at. Anyway, that time has yet to be determined. It appears as though this combine left out a little strip there. Not really good. So we will manually cut it for a little bit until it gets past whatever obstacle it pretended it had. And after that, I think we're going to rake the straw together. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, so he can go off and do his thing. And we will bring this combine home. We'll go and grab a rake and hook it up to a tractor, and we'll start raking all the straw together so that it's more or less all on, nice straightforward lines, straightforward swaths. And then that'll make it a little easier for us to gather it all, because we do need to get more straw, both for bedding and for feed. With the tractor parked now back in its spot, I think we can call this one good. I will probably end up collecting all that straw kind of by myself, and if field number 2 all of a sudden does go into a mission, which it currently is not, then I will be sure to do it. But you can see there's a little bit of green here, and that's, I think, what's causing the mission to stall. It does not want to allow me to do that mission. But now is a good time for me to run my cultivator over this and my rollers as well, although I am a little afraid that it would probably end up cutting into this corn here as well, so I may have to start from this end and then work my way over. But that's not something we need to worry about for now. We can do that at a later episode as well. The truck is full. I had a whole 18 liters worth of grain left in my auger wagon, which again I can just dump out wherever at the chicken barn and let them eat the barley. But I think this is a good time for us to close. So thank you very much for hanging out with me and watching. By next episode, we should know if we are getting a lot more new equipment or not. So stick around, stay tuned, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.